you know, every sunrise just seems to bring something unique and beautiful. It never gets old. I enjoy every single morning where I get to enjoy just such a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. You know, and that's not necessarily something that I can say about every trail shoe that I run in, that it's special and unique and beautiful. But I can say that about today's shoe. I am talking about the La Sportiva Prodigio Pro. This shoe's been getting a lot of amazing reviews, a lot of positive comments and feedback, and for good reason. Now, the original Prodigio, I touted as one of the better $150 trail shoes that you can buy. The Prodigio Pro, whoo, La Sportiva, you really stepped it up. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that on today's video. But first, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Give the video a like, drop a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the shoe that I'm reviewing today. Also consider joining the channel membership, only $1 a month. I'd like to thank La Sportiva for sending me this pair of shoes, but know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. I do have, however, an affiliate link down in the pinned comment or the description below. You can check that out to go to La Sportiva's website. Buy any of your gear, it just goes to support the channel, but doesn't cost you anything extra. I do get a little bit of kickback. So I'm going to be talking about the overall build or build quality, the performance, the value. But first, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the specs and features of the La Sportiva Prodigio Pro while I go and continue on the trail here and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful sunrise.
La Sportiva states, crafted for ultra runners, trail enthusiasts, and competitive athletes striving for excellence. It redefines performance with a unique blend of dual supercritical nitrogen-infused TPU and EVA, ensuring unmatched responsiveness. Combined with the PowerWire mesh upper, the shoe seamlessly blends durability with agility, offering peak performance on any terrain. Empower yourself to conquer new distances with confidence and precision as the Prodigio Pro propels you beyond limits and embraces the exhilaration of the trail. With every step, unleash your full potential alongside the Prodigio Pro, your ultimate trail companion. As for some of those specs and features, you get the PowerWire upper technology with TPU nylon overlays, sock-like knit lined upper with padded tongue and recycled laces, a 5mm X-Flow speed with 100% recycled TPU nitrogen insole, rubber metatarsal protection, the X-Flow Speed midsole, which is a supercritical nitrogen-infused TPU core and nitrogen-infused EVA cage, ultra grippy friction white XF 2.0 rubber outsole with 4mm lugs, 34mm of heel stack, 28mm of toe stack, which is the same as the original Prodigio, for that 6mm drop, weighing in at 255 grams or 8.9 ounces, and a US MSRP of $195. Chad, back over to you on the trails.
Oh, I scared him. Sorry. Oh, there's the sun. Finally. It's starting to get a little cold. The sun always warms things up a bit. By the way, all the B-roll footage that you're gonna see in this video today was recorded after today's long run. I should be getting about 18 or 19 miles in, and I've ran in the Prodigio Pro a few other times. So you're seeing the shoe and it's true in current state. So talking about build quality and comfort, the build of the Prodigio Pro is really well done. La Sportiva did an excellent job. They typically do, but I feel like they really stepped it up a notch. They brought in some new innovative technology and features, specifically on the upper, that power wire. It's kind of like maybe a matrix upper, just has those really strong additional woven fibers, just add some excellent durability, a little bit of structure and more secure hold around the foot. Now, when you first feel the upper, that power weave upper, it feels a little kind of plasticky, but it ends up being quite adaptable to your foot, allowing your foot to kind of move and flex. And then you get that knit upper as well, wraps around your ankle, provides that sock-like fit. That knit upper extends throughout the entire inside of the shoe, adding a second layer for durability and comfort. Now, the tongue area of the upper, or that knit upper, is padded. There's some really nice padding in there, and you don't feel the laces across the top of your foot at all. You also don't need to tighten the laces very tight to get a good, secure, and comfortable hold across your foot. And then you do get a little bit of a built-in gaiter sort of system around the ankle and the heel, helps prevent rocks from getting in. I was a little worried about some Achilles rubbing from that gaiter collar system. Doesn't seem to be a problem though. On this run today, I opted for some socks that do come up a little bit higher, but I have ran in ankle socks, and again, no Achilles issue or rubbing on the Achilles back there. I've ran in a couple other shoes recently that have a little bit more of a gaiter and collar system, and they are a little bit more problematic. So I'm glad that La Sportiva provided a knit upper that is soft, but very stretchy and flexible, and that doesn't rub on the Achilles. And two more things on the upper. The padding in the ankle and the heel is quite nice. There's a decent amount back there. It seems to be good quality, good soft material, so really appreciate that. The ankle hold is really comfortable. I feel secure, and I'm not slipping around or moving around in the shoe at all either. And then there are some nice TPU overlays, particularly around the toe box, and a nice stout toe area as well. I mean, that is just solid. So if you're gonna kick a rock, you're not gonna worry about hurting your toes. Now, I should mention a little bit about sizing. So this shoe is a little bit more of a narrow fit. It also seems to come just a little shy in the length. Most people are sizing up at least half a size. I went true to size, my typical 9.5. The shoe fits me fine, and I haven't had any blisters or rubbing in the toes or anywhere else for that matter in the shoe. But I can definitely see and would even recommend sizing up just a half size, just to give you that much more length or room in the toe box for your toes. Now, moving down to the midsole, it is a dual foam. So you have the outside, the foam that you can actually see on the shoe, on the outside of the shoe is a EVA, nitrogen infused EVA foam. So that's like the cage or the outside of the shoe. On the inside of the midsole, you get a nitrogen infused TPU formula, which makes things even more bouncy and responsive. So you have some really good cushioning, some soft plush underfoot feel from that nitrogen infused EVA cage, and then some bounce and some spring and some solid energy return from that nitrogen infused TPU. I love the combination. Now let's get a little bit into performance, but I don't know, that midsole, it just balances soft and cushioning when you want it, but kind of that bouncy, responsive energy return when you need it. It makes the shoe comfortable when you're going slow or maybe just casually going down a nice long descent. But then when you start really picking up the pace and you start just powering up a hill or really getting that fast leg turnover, the shoe starts to come alive and it becomes really rewarding. It's also worth noting that the shoe does not feel unstable, and I think it's because that EVA cage that they use, you're not wobbling around like in some shoes that offer an ultra plush experience. Just is really comfortable underfoot and excellent material as well. So build quality of that midsole is top notch. I think it's gonna last a very long time. Now, in addition to the midsole, you also get a TPU insole inside the shoe, and you get a rubber-based kind of rock protect film. That makes it so some of the more harsh and sharp rocks don't protrude up through that soft midsole. I recently ran a 25-mile mountain run. I was checking out a race course I'll let you check out that video. It's called Training for Quad Walk. But I bring that up because I ran in a different shoe, and frankly, I kind of wish I had ran in this shoe instead. Moving down to that outsole rubber, excellent job, really awesome grip, awesome material, no concerns about build quality. Wrapping all that up, build quality is really well done. I'm gonna give that 9 out of 10, and comfort is also top notch. I'm gonna give that an 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10.
I got lost at night, under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find, under the stars up in the sky. I got lost at night.
Moving on to performance. One of the things that I try to explain in my videos when it comes to performance is the experience and feeling of the shoe. It's something that's very hard to quantify. So I come back to a couple things. One, does the shoe make you want to go running? Does it make you enjoy the run and the miles, the trail? Two, do you think about the shoe between trail runs? And do you look forward to using it on the next run? And then 3, does it inspire you? Does it make you want to run faster or more or further? There's a deer. Oh wow, there's a whole bunch of them here. Look at all of them. I wonder if those are the same ones I saw earlier. There's one right there too. Ah, so pretty. You get very easily distracted. All right, continue on. And I would say when it comes to the La Sportiva Prodigio Pro, it does all of those things I just mentioned. When I run in this shoe, I feel good. I feel energized. I mean, I'm hitting a 70-mile week with about 10,000 feet of vertical gain. I feel good. This shoe helps me to enjoy the trails. All that aside, the shoe performs well when you're picking up the speed, has excellent energy return, just really rewards that faster leg turnover, and fairly lightweight. I also really like how the upper just cradles your foot. It wraps around your foot really nicely. Now, when looking at the shoe in pictures, it looks like the midsole is kind of bulky. Well, the shoe is not bulky at all. It is kind of a slim fitting shoe, and remember, I do recommend sizing up a half size, but because it's a more narrow fitting shoe, it gives it a performance feel. I personally really like it. Last 2 things I want to mention about performance. The outsole rubber is outstanding. Phenomenal grip. Way exceeded my expectations. Lugs really dig in, and the compound of that rubber is just very sticky and tacky, but I also feel like it's gonna last a long time. And then the last thing that I want to mention about performance as we wrap up is kind of the use case for this shoe. Not very many shoes are universal in what you can do with them. Whew. And it just got a little darker because the sun is behind the ridgeline there. We're going to be making our way up to the top. I feel like you can use this shoe for all types of runs. I do feel that it is aimed or geared a little bit more towards a slightly faster, harder effort, more of that performance oriented focus, but this can be your everyday trail running shoe. But you can also use it for a variety of different distances, paces, and races. If I were running a 100-mile race tomorrow, this would be the shoe I would grab. So performance, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10 as well. Just a solid, good score. Let me know if you have any questions, because I'm sure I forgot something. Drop a comment down below. All right, now quick little talk on kind of comparing a few other shoes. I recently reviewed the Arc'teryx Norvin LD4, which is a trail shoe that I really liked. Now it comes in at about $170. The Prodigio Pro coming in at about $195. There's also the widely popular Ultra Olympus 6. You've got the Ultra Temp 5, the Topo Mountain Racer 3 coming in about $150. Solomon Genesis undercutting this shoe in price at about $150. $50 as well. All good shoes in their own right. And I've enjoyed a lot of those shoes quite a bit. Specifically the Mountain Racer 3 by Topo. Used that for my 100-mile race last year. Did a great job, and I think that's a great buy for its price. Same with the Salomon Genesis, a little more slim fitting, high quality build, nice soft responsive bouncy underfoot feel. And the Arc'teryx Norvin LD4, just a good everyday, all day, every run type of shoe with a elevated build, but a little more expensive. However, the Prodigio Pro steps it up, and really innovative and technical build of materials that just help to elevate that performance and experience just a little beyond those shoes that I just mentioned. Oh, coming up to top of the ridge. Let's get to the top. Talk a little bit more about value. Almost there. Making our way up. I should have been running the whole time, trying to work on running those hills more. Woo! There we go. Woo! All right, let's keep going on the trail and talk about value. The La Sportiva Prodigio Pro comes in at $195, which is not cheap. I'm glad it's in the sub $200 range, and it's crazy to think that more and more shoes are in that $200 range. So I think it's a competitive price, but it's still more than I would like to see. I think if this shoe were in the $175 range, that would be a lot better, but I understand why they're asking the price that they are. You are getting a good, solid build. You're getting innovative features and materials, that midsole and that power wire upper. It's just excellent. And not only are the individual components really good and outstanding in of themselves, but when it all comes together, you're getting an outstanding package. I think if you're willing to shell out a little bit more for a really good shoe, yes, I would recommend it, especially if you're looking for something that is of higher quality caliber and higher performance. But I'd like to hear from you. Do you think $195 is worth paying for any shoe? Drop a comment down below. All right, well, I hope that covered everything. Really been enjoying the trails this morning. Feeling good, feeling strong. Just, yeah, having a great time in the La Sportiva Prodigio Pro. I've got a lot more content coming your way, so please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So I'll produce the content. All you got to do is subscribe and maybe come back and keep watching, you know, hit the bell, blah, blah, blah. So we'll leave this video up as we always do. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile as I am today in the La Sportiva Prodigio Pro. Alrighty, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for being here. Bye now.